This is Talk, the Home of Common Sense, and we locked the studio doors with Matthew Lars. I can't escape from a living party advisor.
I tried.
I can't be. Yes, help. I want to get you on Sick Note Britain as well. We're told, are we not, that 50% rise in the next 5 years, workers on long-term sick. That's a report from a cross-party commission, we're told, which is actually a report by the left-wing think tank, the Blairite think tank, the Institute for Public Policy Research. They say more than 4.3 million people will be economically inactive by 2027. I mean, basically a huge number of working age people. And the solution is, apparently, well, we're all getting too fat, we're drinking too much, all of that. The solution is sin taxes, putting a 10% tax on basically the most unhealthy foods, 10% tax on this, 10%, more on cigarettes, more on alcohol. Also, weirdly, on gambling. I don't know how gambling's making people fat and sick, but apparently
mental health, I think.
They've just added in some more things they don't approve of, basically. They'll probably put a 10% tax on holidays in Benidorm because they think people should go to Tuscany instead, judging by the sort of people behind this. You know what this is like. So is this something you think that Labour will agree to? I mean, given that Labour are facing this absolute crisis of Sick Note Britain.
So I think that I mean, to be fair, this is just one of their recommendations. Is the sort of taxing anything mildly pleasurable. So I think that is one that is not particularly going to be pursued directly. I think what will happen is that the big issue is going to come up is banning smoking pub gardens, which was announced rather unfortunately the day before, was leaked the day before Angela Rayner was seen DJing in Ibiza. So that was another not great optics of the last few weeks.
Yeah,
alongside this, because I think we all agree that getting more people back into work is absolutely vital. Liz Kendall, the new Work and Pension Secretary.
You don't give them benefits.
Well, you give them, but you also give them support to get back into the training they need, so they can fill the right jobs.
You're really hungry and you can't pay your rent, so you're going to have to get back to work. I mean, again, I completely accept that there are lots of people who do have serious mental health problems, but there are also an awful lot of people who are swinging the lead. I know people who work in the benefits system. Trust me, there are plenty of people who could be working tomorrow if they thought it was worth their while, and it is worth their while when they're hungry.
Well, and I think, but also one of the things we need to do, which the report, in my view, slightly skirts away from in its kind of headline conclusions, is we need to get a working NHS so that people aren't waiting for an operation, so that it's restricting their ability to work, or they may be in a job, but they may be on long-term sick leave from that job because their pain is.
Should people get benefits if their sickness is as a result of them continuing to be obese?
I think they should be given, support to help them lose weight, which has been proven to work.
Wouldn't tough love be support? Well, that's what. If it was a family member of mine, that's what I would say.
I think it's very hard to withdraw benefits straight away. But look, Liz Kendall, the new Work and Pension Secretary, first thing she did in the job is she's absolutely laser-like focus on getting people back into work. The clue's in the name of the party. The party does believe in work. From the laser, as I used to be called at school.
Genuinely, if Labour got a load of people back to work, given Labour's policies and these things, I would fall off my chair with surprise. What about?
I hope that happens in the nicest possible way.
I mean, genuinely, I'll do on air. I mean, give me a challenge. You're not going to get people back to work because Labour, so many people in Labour are basically fundamentally you always make excuses for people.
We did it last time. But no, Julia, we did it last time.
Yeah, but Starmer doesn't have the same mindset.
Well, I tell you what, Liz certainly does, because she's a Blairite to her core, and the focus on getting people back to work will be.
You get people back to work by saying you have to work.
You also need to give
people training. You don't get anything if you don't work. That's how you get people back to work. But it's really, really simple.
But you also need to give them the training that they need to do. Give you an example. A friend of mine ran a welfare to work company. Electric vehicle charges. Whatever you think about electric vehicles, we need hundreds of them. Yeah, don't dive in on that. But at the moment, he had lads he could get to do the job, but they needed a GCSE C in English, so they needed to have read a bit of Shakespeare in order to do that.
Schools, stop trying to punish people for trying to pay for their kids' schooling pretending that's going to make it better. I mean, the other thing we've got, of course, that Labour's basically going to give a legal right to work from home to boost productivity, even though most private sector companies now are moving away from that because they know it doesn't boost productivity. If it boosted productivity, we wouldn't have an issue and a crisis in our public services.
It's not a legal right to work from home, it's a legal right to have a conversation about it. And so
we've already got that. No. We've already got that, so it's pointless, isn't it?
You're allowed at the moment to work.
You're allowed to have that conversation already.
It's an adding of working from home to that, and you can have that conversation. The employer
working from home doesn't boost productivity. If it did, every public service would be working brilliantly because everyone's been working from home.
I think it depends on the industry. I'm personally in favour of people going to the office as much time as possible because I think that's how young people learn.
Exactly.